Hey, hockey fans, welcome to Goal Line Hockey, and we're going to take a look at the Boston Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes, the Eastern Conference final matchup. Let's talk about the playoff predictions I have for the Eastern Conference final. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. Let's talk about this series. Alright, so let's talk about the forwards, the defense, and the goaltending matchups between these two teams in this series. Boston definitely, I would say, has the edge for the forwards. Carolina has some really good forwards as well, but a lot of that depth has been injured, and now we're seeing guys like Svechnikov come back, but we don't know the timetable for guys like Ferland, Greg McKegg. What's going on with some of these other guys, Brock McGinn. So Carolina, unfortunately it's pretty close, but the fact there are a couple injuries and Boston's top line being so dynamic, I have to give the edge to the Bruins for the forwards. The defense, I have the edge going to the Carolina Hurricanes, and really that's the emergence of Jacob Slavin, and he has really been a difference maker for the Carolina Hurricanes. Really a great hockey player. He's really come alive now in the playoffs, and people are really starting to notice him in the Carolina market. He doesn't get noticed as much. He's getting his share of attention, and I have the edge to Carolina as, Slavin, DeHaan. They have Brett Pesce, Dougie Hamilton. So really a great core of defensemen there in Carolina. And Boston has a pretty good core as well. You've got Torrey Krug, Charlie McAvoy, Zdeno Chara. So Boston is not not short on any big defensemen either. But I like the depth that Carolina has in their defense. And we have a little bit of a storyline here because Carolina, with Dougie Hamilton is a former member of the Boston Bruins, the team that drafted him, developed him. So Dougie's coming back to Boston in this series. Okay, so now the goaltending. This is a toss-up just because of the way playoffs are. You just never know. But I'm going with Tuukka Rask here. He's gotten the Boston Bruins to the conference finals in the past. Carolina's a little bit more up in the air just because we don't know who's even going to be starting in Game 1. Is it going to be Peter Mrazek? Is it going to be Curtis McElhinney? Either one has played very well so far in the playoffs. McElhinney playing the back half of the series against the New York Islanders in round 2. But Mrazek had a great round 1 and a good start to round 2. So if Mrazek's healthy, I would assume he's playing. But the gap between Mrazek and McElhinney really has not been noticeable in the playoffs. Looking at the season series between these guys, so the first time these teams met, 3-2, Boston won that game. 5-3, Carolina wins the second game, and 4-3, Boston wins the third game in an overtime effort. So 2-1, Boston got 2 of the 3 games in their favor. As we've seen throughout these playoffs, Tampa Bay not giving Columbus a win. Columbus sweeps Tampa. You go up and down throughout the season. This is really almost meaningless, but it is something worth mentioning because they have met up this season with kind of the same rosters to varying degrees. So now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see how wrong I am here. So my prediction, this was tough. This was a toss-up for me. But the experience of the Boston Bruins is just way too strong. I think if Tuukka Rask can really step up and, frustrate the Carolina Hurricanes, I have Boston winning this series in 7 games. Not an easy series. We've seen sweeps. I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if Carolina swept the Boston Bruins in this series. The playoffs have been so unpredictable this season specifically. I've been basically wrong for all my predictions, so my kiss of death was always saying a team wins in 6 games and they get swept. I did that with the Penguins. I did that with the Islanders. So we'll see what happens. But let me know. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win this series? These are two really good hockey teams. Boston coming off beating the Columbus Blue Jackets in 6 games, and obviously the Carolina Hurricanes and the Storm Surge, coming to Long Island and sweeping the New York Islanders. So tell me, what do you guys think? And thank you for staying tuned to the end. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe, and we'll see what happens here. This is very exciting, and we're almost done, guys. We're now in the conference finals, so thank you for watching. Have a good one.